let me say a special good morning to those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9 on the FM dial. Those of you viewing via GBN TV, whether it's Channel 7, Channel 11, Channel 20. Good morning to you also. Welcome. It's To The Point for today. I'm your host, GT. And this morning, of course, on Wednesdays, I should actually say, we do host, of course, various departments within the government. And my guest this morning on the program, of course, is the representative for the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. That's, of course, Hon.Tevin Andrew. Let's go over to, of course, MP Andrew and say good morning. Good morning to you, MP. How are you this morning? Good morning to you, MP. I'm wondering if he's hearing me this morning for some reason. Like it's a bit of a...
Good morning to you, sir, and I'm doing very well.
Seem we having a slight bit of connection problem there for some reason. All right, seem to be having a slight bit of a connection issue there this morning for some reason. You have so try to get that rectified. Once again, good morning to those of you listening, Classic Radio, GBN TV, and so we're going to probably just switch to master control for a little bit, get that connection problem resolved for a wee bit, and when we come back, we rejoin. Of course, we've been delayed a couple of minutes at starting with a connection issue this morning. So, master control, let's take a short break and let's see if we can have that resolved, and we will be right back. Stay with us, folks. Classic Radio, GBN TV. We coming right back. Don't touch it out.
Tourism is me. Tourism is you. Tourism is everybody, and tourism connects us all.
Did you know that tourism generates revenue and foreign exchange earnings?
Did you know it stimulates infrastructural development and facilitates cultural exchange among people?
You must know tourism is linked to all industries,
from agriculture to construction.
So support the industry today and be welcoming to all our visitors.
Tourism is my business. Tourism is your business. Tourism is our business. Listen, one and all. Tourism connects us all.
A message from the Ministry of Tourism
and the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Welcome back once again to our listeners and viewers. Welcome back to Honorable, of course, Hon.Tevin Andrew for representing the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. We want to apologize to our listeners and viewers this morning for the wee bit of technical issues that we're experiencing this morning. Our sincere apology for that. MP, if you are hearing me loud and clear, let me say good morning to you once again, and apology for the little bit of issues that we had experiencing this morning. Good morning to you once again.
Good morning to you, sir, and good morning to your listeners. I'm doing very, very well.
All right.
Hope you're hearing me loud and clear.
I'm hearing you loud and clear. It's a go for us for this segment. Let's get the conversation rolling up this morning, sir. How is Carriacou and Petit Martinique? I don't think we and you had a conversation via this particular program post Hurricane Beryl. Tell us, how is Carriacou and Petit Martinique going?
Going pretty okay. The recovery efforts is going pretty well. Of course, there's a lot of work that certainly needs to be done as it relates to the rebuilding process. However, the most important thing is that the work has started, and every day we are making significant progress on the islands. So we are recovering slowly but surely. the process is one where we're ensuring that we rebuild more resilient, more stronger, better than we were and where we're coming from. So we understand that when you have to, with good things, it takes time. When you're planning for the future, it takes time. Because the millions of dollars that the people of Carriacou and Pitimatic enjoy in terms of the loss, rehousing, we don't want a repeat of that. So we have to ensure that when we rebuild much more resilient. Fast forward 4 months after the devastation of the hurricane, we are seeing significant strides. The fact that schools are now reopened, our hospital, which was destroyed, in terms of the roof, the hospital is now fully functioning. The clinics, all the health centers are up to be refurbished. Some have started, I want to believe, this week, and the others that did not start will be starting next week, especially clinics like the Windward Health Center and the Leicester Health Center in particular. Homes are being constructed. We have friendly organizations, including government, that are working together to build homes for individuals in Carriacou. So we have a charitable company charitable group out of Trinidad and Tobago, Hands That Serve, that are here constructing 27 prefab homes. And of course, government have lots of homes that are being constructed as we speak. We also have over 200 prefab homes that are on its way to Carriacou and Pitimatic to be distributed to the people. The cleanup of the island is 90% cleaned up. And the intention is that by the end of the year into January, all of the sites, the collection sites, in terms of the playing fields, will be cleared as the equipment to crush and compress, or compact rather, the debris has started to arrive in Carriacou. So, as I said, the process, it might appear to be slow, but I think in 4 months' time we've made significant progress. Okay. I mean, the fact that fishermen, farmers have received payments over $15 million so far. Government have assisted our residents, the residents of Carriacou and Pitimatic, with building material, most of our roofing support. And I could talk about the several other things that we have done for farmers and the things, of course, things to come, which they will be benefiting from. So, as I said, a lot of things have been happening. A lot of things has happened since the passage of Hurricane Beryl.
All right, let's get a little deep into the conversation this morning. Post Hurricane Beryl, and I'm assuming assessments was done in terms of homes that were damaged. How many homes would you say was damaged? I would say in Carriacou and Pitimatic, if an assessment of that nature was done.
The truth is, I don't have the actual number of homes, but it's 98% of the homes on the island were impacted. A large portion of that completely destroyed, and several, while not completely destroyed, because of the impact, the structural integrity was interfered with, and others, of course, partially destroyed with the roof being completely blown out. So if you have to do a ballpark figure for both islands, it's about 98% of homes on the islands that were devastated.
All right.
So you would understand the numbers that we're looking at.
Okay, understandably so. Now, if I also have to ask this question, how could I put this? How many has been repaired, I would say, by government in both cases specifically? Let's say Carriacou, Pitimatic, how many homes so far has been repaired by government?
Well, government has started the process of assisting a number of people in repair. As I said, over $15 million have been spent assisting residents. Public servants received $25,000 worth of building roofing material, and the public receives $15,000 worth of roofing materials. In addition, we have several brigades that are going out, the recommendation of the Division of Housing and Social Development, assisting the vulnerable people who have level 1 and 2 damages to their homes. Level 1 and 2 damages are roofs that were blown off, and it doesn't require too much technical work. So those teams are out assisting people in covering their homes or putting back the roofs with the supervision, of course.
All right, we seem to have lost connection there, but of course, all right. So we're back. Seems that we have lost connection with you there just a little bit. Our apology once again to our listeners and the viewers. As we move on this morning, MP, another question that comes to mind. Some serious concern has been raised about the location of the prefabrication house. You spoke about it in your intro this morning, that have been built in the Dumfries area. What and their proximity from that dump, of course, literally on top of the dump, I would say. What is your response to that in that situation, sir?
Well, I honestly do not understand what the drama is. The fact is, there are homes in that area. The Chinese, the low income houses that was donated by the People's Republic of China is not too far away from that site. There are a number of residents that are living within that area. And my thing is, listen. The government is working tirelessly to try to see how we can assist people. That's our responsibility in our work. And we are only going to try to do our best. The reality is the picture that is being painted by individuals as it relates to the site in Dumfries that was chosen for the prefab homes and to assist the people who are displaced. If people are not satisfied, I mean, you
lost of connection. Mm-hmm.
And listening to what people have to say, I'm challenging you to take your cameras and come down to Dumfries and have a look yourself, and you would see the property, and you would see the beauty of the property. As a matter of fact, some of the properties located in a way where you have ocean view, and you could actually see Grenada in the site that you're in. Yes, the dump is next by, but we're not smelling the dump. There's no flies. There's no, there's nothing like that. But it's pretty far away from the site. But the impression that it's given is that, it's not the ideal spot. But the point is, if you don't own a piece of land, and here the government is giving you land which is going to belong to you, and housing, I don't see how one could refuse such a good offer. The flip side of it is that those who are saying that they don't want it, to some people are coming to me secretly or silently and are asking to please reconsider what they have said. So, there are a few that may have difficulties and issues with it, but the reality is that the majority of people who are displaced and are in need are coming forward to accept. But again, I want to challenge you again. Don't just listen to what the naysayers are saying. I challenge you to come.
All right.
Come to Dumfries and have a look yourself, and you will see.
Now, what was the latest on that, or latest information that you could throw this morning on that fire that took place in the Harveyville playing field? We have, of course, let's get some information. We heard some information from your ministry and a page, from your ministry's page and so forth. And of course, could you share some information? Of course, we haven't really heard anything since. What information you could share on that? Anything that was unearthed and so forth from that?
Yeah. So the matter has been actively investigated by the.
Be a challenging morning for us in terms of connection. Mm-hmm.
And of course, whenever they have any more information, they'll certainly be able to pass on those information to the general public. But I am disappointed in the allegation. There are allegations that it was set deliberately by individuals or by an individual. For what reason, I don't know, or what was their motive. But it's very sad because, it could have been so much worse. The fact that the Islands Depot gas station,
that bit of a connection issue once again there, folks. Our apology for that.
Away, and you have homes in the area, so a lot of people who are affected as a result of the smokes and so on. But the reality is that the matter is under active investigation as we speak.
All right. Happy we are due for a break. Let's take it. When we come back, we will, of course, continue with our discussion this morning here on To The Point. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Don't touch your dial, folks. There's much more to discuss this morning here on the program. It's To The Point here on Classic Radio, GBN TV. We'll be right back after the short break. Stay with us.
Grenada Duty Free and GBN, we are partnering for this Christmas season. Folks, it's going to be a bumper one. We can actually start feeling the energy, the vibe is start building, the promotions that start coming in, and the fragrances, the chocolate. We have up to 15%, 20%, 40%. It's going to be a crazy one. We are looking forward to seeing you. We are ready to treat you guys special. We are ready to give back to you after this whole year of, being with us and everything and the support. So with our partnership with GBN, it's going to be a bumper season. Looking forward to seeing you guys.
Proud sponsors of Christmas with the GBN includes Ace Hardware, Hubbard's, Flow, Duty Free Caribbean, and I'm Supportings.
Coming up, Friendship 7K excitement, local business support in St. Martin, greater air travel to destinations like Barbuda, accommodated in style, the contributions of Raymond Lawrence. It's all next on this station.
I tell people nurses are not just nurses in the region. We really do owe them sincere appreciation, love, gratitude.
Meeting people in a vulnerable state, it's definitely a calling. And that's why I chose this profession.
We appreciate these people for really bringing us through challenging times. We appreciate you. We love you.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
Welcome back once again to our listeners. Welcome back to our viewers. It's Classic Radio GBN TV. It's To The Point for today, Wednesday, the 20th day of November 2024. Of course, our guest on the program this morning is the representative for Carriacou and Petit Martinique, the Honorable Tevin Andrew. MP, good morning once again and welcome back. And let's get back into the conversation this morning. In the situation regarding food on the island, is there still any need for food aid on the island still? Is there still a need for that?
It's not our greatest need at this point in time. The need we have gone past that stage. However, there are small pockets of people that have been made vulnerable as a result of the hurricane. However, it is not our greatest need. The government has already started putting systems in place to support those individuals, or are in the process of assisting those individuals who are greatly impacted and have become vulnerable or have become more vulnerable as a result of this situation, providing income support. So an assessment is being done for this week to identify persons or people who had an income and lost their income as a result of the hurricane, so that they can receive some support. So I want to commend the Ministry of Social Development, Minister Gloria Thomas, and Permanent Secretary at the time, Naomi Jeremiah, for the tireless work that they have been doing to ensure that program was set up. So I do know that the first payment will take place in December, and they'll get two payments for November and December, to ensure that the Christmas is good. So there is not a great need for food on the island, but we still accept it. But it's not the greatest need.
All right. Now, school.
I hope I answered your question.
Well, of course, when you gave an answer, so you did answer it. Anyway, folks, sir, now school are open, and the sporting season is quickly approaching. So how soon do we see the playing fields be ready for that? School opening or open, I should say, and the approaching is the sporting season, as we will call it locally. How soon will the playing fields be ready?
So You realize that we just suffered a hurricane, right? A devastating hurricane, a Category 4 hurricane, bordering a Category 5 hurricane. So you understand that it's not normal life in Carriacou as it were. The focus really and truly at this point in time is the rebuilding recovery efforts. But as you mentioned, school, the fact that school is open after 4 months, well, it was after 3 months of a devastating hurricane, which destroyed or damaged all of the schools on the island. And the fact that all of the schools are open. In the case of Dover and Mount Pleasant, the schools were destroyed so badly that those people are under. The school is a makeshift.
We the reconnection.
The Ministry of, am I back?
Yes, you are.
And Dover schools, the government has an active plan to reconstruct the school. As it relates to playing fields, there are playing fields such as the Lawrenson Mini Stadium and the Dover playing field that are functional, and the students and schools and residents and community could actively participate in whatever activity, sporting activity otherwise, in those areas. As we speak, the Ministry of Sports, the Ministry of Carriacou and Petty-Matnick Affairs and Local Government, along with Solid Waste Management Authority, has an active plan to deal with all the debris in all of the past years. We set a target date of November to deal with, to ensure that all of the debris in the past years that are used as collection point is removed and placed at the Harveyville playing field. However, there are some delays because of a number of things. So that deadline is now pushed back. And so we are actively working as we speak. And I think there's a 2-week period from now on for 2 weeks to collect all the other remaining debris in the communities and put it in the various facts. And then there will be no more dumping in those playing fields, because the focus will now be removing all of the debris. And mind you, as we speak, debris has been moved from all playing fields to Harveyville playing field. So hopefully by the end of the year into January, all playing field except Harveyville playing field will be cleared, and an active plan, the plan will be activated to resuscitate our playing fields back to its former glory and even better. So that is the plan. That's what we are working on now. But I just want you and some of the people that have some pie in the sky thinking about the playing fields and so on. The reality is we were struck by a Category 4 hurricane that destroyed 90% of our housing stock, and you have a lot of debris to deal with. We have to put it somewhere. And many people are saying, well, why the playing field? We had no other choice, no other place, no other alternative as to where we could have put it. I heard even opposition people saying, why the playing field? Have they even made one recommendation as to where we could have put it? We sat and we had several discussions. I objected to the playing fields, but we had absolutely no other choice. But we put it there, and there is a clear plan as to what the next steps are to get rid of the debris within those areas and to resuscitate.
Okay, we still having that bit of a connection issue there this morning.
When it's not normal times, you have to lead it. But we understand that there is a plan, an active one, to resuscitate those playing fields and to bring it back to its former glory. It's amazing when I hear people talk about the playing fields and so on, and I ask myself, when they were in positions of power and authority, what did they do for some of those same playing fields that they're talking about?
All right. It's to the point here, Classic Radio GBN TV. All right. We missed a wee bit of your response there, MP, because of the challenges we have with connections this morning. Let me ask you this, MP. Let's speak to me about some of the we're talking a bit of recovery this morning. What are some of those major challenges your ministries are facing right now in terms of the recovery effort in the Sister Isles of Carriacou? In reference, you spoke a wee bit about the housing, you spoke about the food situation that is not needed anymore. But tell us some of the major challenges that your ministry is facing right now in terms of the recovery effort.
I just want to, just in case you've lost what I said before I answer the question, it is not normal garbage we're dealing with when we place those in the playing field. It is debris from the hurricane. All right, so it's not normal garbage. It's the debris from the hurricane, the galvanized, the trees, the all of those debris that as a result of the hurricane. Our landfill is not capable of handling all of those debris. So it is important to put it into context and to understand what is happening. But I also want people to understand that there is an active plan to deal with the debris in the playing field. What is our biggest challenge as a ministry and as a government? Manpower. Manpower is our biggest challenge. Homes and government infrastructure, etc., etc. That's our biggest challenge. And of course, building materials. But as we go by, we are getting the necessary, we are working tirelessly with various organizations and groups to try and address those concerns. But our biggest challenge at this time is manpower.
All right. Tell me, MP, there have been some complaints daily about the lack of the replacement jetty in Windward to ease that travel of people from Petit Martinique. What's the latest on that? And I understand with all the other challenges as you mentioned, when that issue will suddenly be addressed in any way at all?
Sorry, repeat that. The issue.
I was saying that there's been complaints of the lack of replacement jetty in the Windward area to ease that travel for the people of Petit Martinique. What is the latest on that, and when can we see that particular issue addressed? Guess we have lost your.
Again, my brother, I want to understand when I'm back. You let me know.
You are back. You are back, MP. Go right ahead, please. You are back. Go right ahead, please.
I'm sorry. I'm using this opportunity, and maybe you can put it on the news tonight. I'm calling on Flow, and I'm a bit disappointed. I'm calling on Flow and.
All right, and still having that bit of a connection problem. My apology once again to our listeners and viewers.
As it relates to internet connectivity.
All right. Seems to be a major challenge for us this morning in terms of our connection with of course, the MP of the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique in terms of the connection via the platform that we are using. So apology for the breaking audio from time to time. Our sincere apology to our listeners and viewers. MP, if you are hearing me once again, maybe you could go right ahead.
I'm hearing you well.
Okay, go right ahead, please.
Yeah, so I was saying that I want you to understand that we were struck by a Category 4 hurricane. The plan for the jetty, we have received some drawings and costing for the replacing of the jetty. But you see, we can't just replace a jetty for replacing its sake. When we talk about building back better, we really and truly have to build back better and more resilient. So there is a plan to build and that people could have only walk on the jetty to get to the boat. The intention now is for the residents to be able to drive onto the jetty with the goods to head up to Petit Martinique and elsewhere. So that is now under review by the Ministry of Infrastructure, and as soon as we get the necessary green light from Ministry of Infrastructure, we would proceed. The intention was, and still is that work should start in December. But of course, the Ministry of Infrastructure Development, along with the Minister and Prime Minister, is the one to give the necessary green light. So we are waiting on the green light from.
All right.
ZVT?
Yeah, we're there. Of course, once again, that challenge this morning in terms of connection, and it's just a difficult way of going through this interview this morning. If you're hearing me, let me ask you this question. I'm going to go back to the housing situation just a bit. Can you give some insight in the existing situation in the with houses in the area known as the Mangrove? As there's been some speculation in terms of conversation there, talk about that have been floating around the area for folks and the need for relocation. Could you speak on that, sir, please?
It appears that it's not just my internet, but also your internet is giving problems.
Oh, you get it.
I heard you talk about mangrove.
Yeah, I was asking about the situation with houses in the mangrove area. Well, there are speculation that they are about that the information have been floating around about that particular area. The folks there, they need for relocation and so forth. Could you speak on that?
Right. So well, the mangrove area, as you and you rightly say, it's a mangrove. It's
yes.
A wetland, protected area. And that area belongs to the government. So what is happening in that particular area is squatting. About a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, I met with the resident in that area and I explained to them the need for relocation. But I explained to them we wouldn't just the government is going to will assist them to relocate. Of course, Beryl came and the need for rebuilding of their homes and so on. So it was a perfect opportunity for to relocate those individuals, and that's where the conversation have started. So the people to the front portion of the mangrove area will remain, but the people to the back area, it's where it's way more it's wetlands and way more swampy and so on. We have agreed that those people need to relocate. So we are in the process of relocating them to Dumfries with the appropriate housing and so on. So that's the situation.
MP, fishermen in Carriacou and Petit Madrid have been complaining about not receiving money under the Hurricane Bear Relief Program, even after going through the application process. In this case, if so, what is the rhetoric surrounding that particular issue? If I may ask this question. MP, are you hearing?
So you have to repeat.
Okay, I was saying fishermen in Carriacou and Petit Madrid, they have been complaining about not receiving money under the Hurricane Bear Relief Program after going through the application process. Is this the case? If so, what's the whole rhetoric I would say surrounding that particular issue? If there's a reason why that is so happening, or the reason for their complaints. So if I could ask that.
So if fishermen are complaining.
Some of them are complaining but not receiving monies under the Hurricane Barrel Relief Program, and what is after they went through the application process and so forth. If that
the information that I have,
yes,
is that fishermen were paid. Now there might be one or two fishermen. If any supporters yet, I will advise them to come into the ministry, the revenue office, and speak to any official from the Division of Agriculture Fisheries to see what where the payments or support is at, and we can try our best to see how we can rectify that issue. But I do know I was on the phone with the Accountant General's office as of yesterday, and I was on the phone as of last night with some fishermen who received the payout. So as I said, in some cases, there might be one or two fishermen who have not received. And mind you, the payments only started this week because there were some issues of wrong account information being given or wrong information being received by the Ministry of Fisheries. And therefore, it affected the payout. However, fishermen, I can confirm that for a fact that fishermen has been receiving or has started receiving the payout. As I said, it's not we don't have a perfect system, and there might be one or two people that fishermen that might have been left out. And of course, we can if they bring that to our attention, we can certainly do it. You see, and this is a problem this is a challenge that we have. You know, everyone talks about the problem and go to the wrong place talking about the problem and not coming to the people who could really solve the problem. So you have a division of agriculture, you have a division of fisheries. Come to the main source and make the complaints. So that we can try our best to see how we can assist you. Going on social media or going or calling or going to other people or other people to make bacchanal and confusion wouldn't solve your problem. Come to the people that can actually resolve the problems for you. So I know a number of fishermen has been calling and say, listen, I have not received anything. What is the key? So they've been calling my offices, and we have tried our best to work with them. And thankfully, yesterday we received a number of text messages and phone calls telling the minister we finally received the support that the government promised.
All right. Thanks for the clarification of that. I mean, so where are you in terms of the restoration of the health services at the, should I say, at the Princess Royal facility?
I'm happy that you asked that. In my opening salvo, I mentioned that Princess Royal Hospital, after being impacted by the hurricane, losing a good portion of its roof, is now fully functional. So kudos to the Ministry of Infrastructure. I know the Ministry of Infrastructure get a lot of blows for not doing good work, but the Ministry of Infrastructure, Ministry of Carriacou, Ethnic Affairs and Health has done a tremendous job on covering back the roof of the hospital and bringing it back to its former glory. So it's now fully functional. Yesterday I did my first hospital visit. I normally do hospital visits once or twice a week to residents that are in the hospital, and they are functioning well. The staff is very, very happy and upbeat. So that is something, again, 4 months after a devastating hurricane, which destroyed a portion of your hospital, is back up and running fully. That's commendable. That's progress. That's real progress. And then you have schools that are up and running that were impacted, destroyed. It's back up and running, so that's good. You have the health centers, Leicester, Mount Pleasant, Wynwood. If the construction process, if the process doesn't start this week, I know we would actually see boots on the ground next week in those areas. So all of those, and PT mapping, of course, and all of those are commendable for such a short space of time, taking in consideration all the challenges that we are facing. And not forgetting, the police station is back up and running. The people's building, the administrative building and the ministry building will be up and running in short order. So we've done the renovation. We're now doing the retrofitting of the air conditioning units and the telephone, the little work that's been done. But all those work, all of the main work in terms of covering the roof, doing all of the repairing all the damage and so on that was done, all that has been done and completed. Those are commendable stuff, sir. Commendable stuff.
All right, thank you so much. And we due for a break. Let's take that break. When we come back, folks, we'll of course invite our listeners and viewers. We just have approximately 12 minutes or so left on today's program. If you do have a question or two you may like to ask the minister, you can feel free to do so when we return in the next segment. Stay with us, folks. Don't touch it out. We'll be right back here on To The Point.
Batiste from GBN News. Season's greetings, everyone. Wishing you the very best for the holiday season. Spend time with each other, be good to each other, and celebrate each other. Looking ahead to 2025, my wish is for love, joy, and peace to reign in your life. Go forth, do more, and be more. You are loved.
Hi, we're here at Answer Coating Grenada Limited, a proud sponsor of Christmas with GBN. And this year, we're giving up 40% off various items.
And customers actually have the opportunity to win up to $1,000 cash. So we encourage you to stay tuned to Christmas with GBN and look out for all other in-store promotions and product information.
And don't forget, this December, a night of shopping with Answer Coatings.
Proud sponsors of Christmas with GBN includes Ace Hardware, Hubbard's, Flow, Grenada Duty Free, and Answer Coatings.
We provide wholesale and distribution for Wrigley products.
Also crystal cleaning products. Banfields for various household items.
Banfields is your distributor for all your quality choice products.
Banfields.
Now introducing Better Living products, which includes oats and cereals, granola, and trail mixes, together with many more.
We are also your distributors of Oran doors and windows, which include
steel doors, commercial doors, sliding doors. They also have available 5 different styles of louvers. Windows are available in UPVC and aluminum. Also available are shower stalls, glass railings, skylights, and storm shutters.
Visit us Mondays to Fridays at the Tantin Terrace behind Tam City from 8 to 4 p.m. daily, or give us a call on 440-3645.
Email us at info@banfields.gd or visit us on our website www.banfieldsgrenada.com.
Welcome back once again. Welcome back to our listeners. Welcome back, viewers. Welcome back to, of course, the MP representing the Sister Isles of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, the Honorable Tevin Andrew, with us this morning here on To The Point. And I did mention before the break, folks, that in this segment we will, of course, invite you, listeners and viewers, if you do have a question or two that you may like to ask the MP, feel free to do it in this segment. I beg of you to be short, just ask your question and move on so that we can accommodate as much callers as possible. Hopefully, that the WhatsApp callers, I hope you have a stable connection in terms of receiving your calls this morning. And let's try to entertain our first caller. Caller, good morning via WhatsApp, and you're live. If you do have a question, I beg of you to be brief, as I mentioned. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, GT. Good morning, my good friend. Glad to see you, man. Tevin, yesterday, Mr. Cox was on, and they asked about the plight of the people. And Mr. Cox said that the moving of the garbage, which is costly, is a waste of money. He said all the playing field was occupied. He also said about the $15,000 in material was given to people to build. It's not enough. How would you speak to that? And and then my last question now, there was an issue with a
Guess we lost the caller there because of the connection issue. MP, if you could answer the first question, we may have lost the second one because of connection issue this morning. Let's hear from you in terms of the first. And I think I'm seeing the MP. Yes, I guess you're back. Good morning to you. I guess you could answer the first question, please. Go right ahead.
Well, what I heard. Thank you, sir. The first question I heard is about the moving of the debris is a waste of money or something of that sort?
Something of that nature, yes. The caller did mention that.
Well, if that is Senator Cox, that's Senator Cox's opinion. Reality is that we have a lot of debris on the island. It has to be moved. It will come comes at a high cost, but it has to be done. We have two options: leave it there or get it done. And I am about getting the work done. Getting Carriacou cleaned up again. So no matter the amount of money that we have to spend to make Carriacou clean again, we have to do so because we must get back to some sort of normalcy in the shortest possible time frame.
All right, and I want to believe his second question was related to an issue that was surrounding a young lady regarding to not wanting to take a home or something of the sort. I hope I'm getting his question correct, but I think that's what I was hearing. If you want to offer some clarification on that, there was another issue about the $15,000 not being enough. Also, maybe you could offer some clarification on that.
Yeah, well, the $15,000. I mean, really, the reality is that the government. Where is the government going to get the money to give everyone whose homes were destroyed more money? The money has to come from somewhere. Remember, the only money that we got is really and truly the thrift payout, which is $118 million. The supplemental that we passed in the budget in Parliament not too long ago was $260-something million.
All right. We are waiting for the...
You're crossing that 108.
And connection issues once again, folks. So apology for that.
It's a start. Yeah,
you can go ahead, MP.
Right. So it's the $15,000 dollars is a start, and it's mainly for assisting residents with roofing. It's for roofing assistance. So in his mind, he may think that it's not adequate, but that's him. But I've met a number of people, even this morning on my morning walk, who have expressed gratitude for the assistance, including his mom, who has received assistance. So there are a number of people who are grateful for the assistance that they've been receiving.
All right. We do have another caller via WhatsApp. Good morning once again. We'll appreciate the direct calls, but if the WhatsApp ones are coming, we'll certainly try to accommodate. Caller, good morning. You're welcome, and you're live, please.
Good morning to you, Mr. Tevin Andrew. Tevin, with regard to the debris that was gathered for Hurricane Ivan, has any effort been used to utilize some of that material on island? So far,
we may have lost the caller there again also, and
galvanized, that is.
All right.
If you have galvanized that is in a certain condition, it can be used for building pens for animals. So those things.
All right. See, but challenges there. Let's try to accommodate another caller from the direct line this morning and see if we can get this flowing properly. Caller, good morning, and you're live.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, quickly. Let me first of all commend the parliamentarian and the government for the work that they have been doing on Carriacou and Petit Martinique. We know it was a devastating situation, and we know it won't all be done, as quickly as everybody want to have it done. But I think we must give credit where credit is due, and they have tried well. It's been messy in some cases, and everybody won't be happy. But I think we must encourage them and commend them, and also encourage them to continue doing better and getting better at what they do. Yesterday I heard the opposition senator was speaking about a project where grants were being given to folks in agriculture, but they have to have, the grants were only available to those who were also requesting a loan. And he was saying that is unfair. I've never heard anything so dumb in my life. Why would government want to give you free money for something in which you don't even want to invest anything yourself? Are we out of our minds in this country? You don't want to make a commitment to it. You won't even borrow a few dollars, but the government must fund it 100% for you. We have to be very careful, and we have to encourage our people and lead them the right way. And continue doing what you're doing, Mr. Andrew. I know there will be always missteps, and there's always a way of improving. But I think you have done a great job, and we want to encourage you to do the best you can. And for the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, they are daily in my prayers. And we hope that come the end of the year, most folks will be back to a fair state of new normalcy, let's call it that way. Thank you very much, and keep on your work.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Appreciate your call this morning.
Thank you very much, caller. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All right. MP, we are due for time, and of course, I'm not sure there's some closing comments you'd like to make before we take a wrap this morning.
Well, the closing remarks is simple. We are working steadfastly to bring Carriacou and Petit Martinique back to some sort of normalcy. Everything is not perfect, but every day we make progress. Homes are being covered, homes are being repaired, new homes are being built. As it relates to the prefab homes, over 200 is on its way to Carriacou and Petit Martinique to assist. We are working along, in particular, with the Seventh-day Adventist Church, who have boots on the ground in Carriacou and Petit Martinique that are doing the repairs for residents as well. And it's those sort of partnerships that we want. And of course, I encourage other groups and organizations and churches to do the same. Partner with us so that we can bring the support and the assistance to the residents. So yes, the government has its brigades that are going around to prepare and build and so on. But we also partner with other organizations and agencies to do the same. So I want to thank you very much this morning for accommodating me. And thanks to all the listeners and of course the people who called. And I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And I want to thank you a whole lot also, and an apology for the challenges we've been experiencing this morning. Could have had a smoother flow of things, but you know how things roll sometimes. I had to put that flow of things in between there. I understand. Until then, have yourself...
Next time I'll try and come in studio.
I will.
We call upon Flo and Digicel to improve their services on the island. They're working, but I think they can put a little pep. We could put a little fire under their feet so they can do a little bit better on the island.
All right. And I certainly will appreciate that in-person conversation with you in studio. That will be a blessing. Have a good day, sir. And all the best goes out to you. All right. Hey, folks, as we wrap this edition of To The Point for today here on Classic Radio GBN TV. Have yourself a good one, folks. That's where we say goodbye. And best wishes goes out to everyone once again. Goodbye.